All right. Ooh. Well, welcome everyone to the SummoNerds trial run. You get to test drive this with us. We're gonna try to see how this game works. So we're gonna do some game review type videos maybe in the future, and
yeah, tell us if you like this.
yeah, please like comment and tell us all your feelings.
You're like, no, like, no, stick with board games.
yeah, exactly. If you like hate this, tell us that, please. But yeah, we're gonna try to do some video game stuff and see how that works. We've got some game opinions also, not just board game opinions, but I feel like some of the stuff we like about board games translates well into video games.
We're
Right,
all
exactly.
gamers.
Yeah, gamers of all types here.
Like Pokemon.
I actually started with video games from young age, so they've been a big part of our lives for a while.
Yep, that's true. We kind of moved into board games later on.
We did not introduce ourselves.
Yeah, I'm Evan.
and I'm Matt.
And I'm Toby!
There we go. We got three of the SummoNerds today. Joe is still off making the big money somewhere.
Yeah, the big bucks. Maybe having a Pepsi
Yeah.
all to himself.
Yep.
Joe loves Pepsi.
That's just
Not
his
a
favorite.
sponsored,
Yeah, it's true. Not
video.
sponsored.
not an ad.
All right, here we go. We're gonna try playing this this quality title, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2.
The second one.
The second. Oh, look at that.
Look at that title
Beautiful.
screen.
It's actually not beautiful. It doesn't.
No, it looks. It looks.
That
good.
smoke looks a little unnatural, and the image is totally static.
does-
And I don't
That's
know.
not even really what the character looks like in game whatsoever.
We're gonna. Oh, Darth Vader. We're gonna start this thing off. We're gonna go. Matt and I are gonna be playing through this, and we're gonna be trading off levels. We're starting on hard because we're not wimps.
Yeah,
We're gamers, darn it.
Yep. We haven't beaten that horse enough, so.
Exactly. We want to prove to the world that we're not awful at games. So, all right, here we go. We're starting this thing off.
Isn't that what the 7th movie was called?
I've been waiting for a dumb joke.
Oh, there'll be lots. There'll be lots. Our game talk is legendary for a game. I'm gonna be playing this first level, so everything I say is gonna be tainted with non-focus.
This
Yeah,
is
so
partially why we wanted to do this.
It's true.
So
I'm
you
not
can
gonna
hear
lie.
them in their dumb commentary.
When we're not rehearsed,
Right, so.
scripted.
Scripted.
Hashtag not an ad.
We've never been scripted. But, at the same time, doesn't make any sense. But, Evan, I actually played through this first level kind of off the record.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit of what to expect. But Evan's also played through a little bit, and we're just gonna kind of give you our thoughts on some of the opening bits here.
Yeah, we're really focusing on game design, as well as just kind of we're gonna make fun of the game a little bit because it's not great. It has not held up well. But one of the things we want to do is, like Matt said, we want to experience this game with you, and so I have only played through the first 2 levels of this game by myself before I decided we need to make a video about this.
Right.
And Matt has we tried recording one other time, and we got like the mic levels all off, and so you couldn't hear us at all. So we had a little technical glitch. I think we got Darth Vader coming in here.
Yeah, coming in with pilot skill 9.
Oh.
I thought that was Kylo.
No, this is Force Unleashed 2.
Yeah, Vader in this one. This is the old canon. Kylo didn't even exist yet.
Bit of a glass cannon.
Because it's broken now.
Yeah.
It's destroyed.
Sorry. I apologize.
Anyway, this is cool so far. We see the TIE Advanced.
Yeah, we got some.
Making way. Yes.
There's our boys.
Of course, the Imperial March in the background.
Alright, so far so good, right? Also, in the first game, we gotta remember, spoilers for the first game, Star Killer, Darth Vader's apprentice that's randomly more powerful than everyone ever, died at the end of the game starting the rebellion, and fighting the Emperor in like the most epic nonsense of all time for a character that's only been on screen for 12 hours if you played the game slowly. So yeah, so this is a big surprise. What? He's alive.
Oh my goodness.
Dun dun dun.
How long this time?
Oh.
Also, I just want
Days in
that we're gonna make that a note. He had an accent there,
the Force gives me all I need.
and sort of there.
Yep.
So like,
The dark side My master.
Keep tracking with this. Keep tracking with this. Remember that in like an hour. He had an accent. It was actually fairly strong. Alright.
Starkiller's Jedi mentor has been captured.
Oh,
So yeah,
he's referring to him in the third person. That's a little
Mission
weird.
is complete. You will travel to Cato Nemoidia and execute him.
You know, of all the planets, of all the like the aliens we've seen in this game that we hadn't seen in the movies, I was really hoping that we'd see like the leaders of the Trade Federation's homeworld. That was the exciting one for me. Cato Nemoidia.
Right, and I'm not that familiar with the first game. I only know a little. I never played through it. I only know
Sometimes smell of forest.
some of the things about the ending because
See the general fall.
they were alarming to me that Starkiller was on par with some of these iconic characters like Darth Vader and Palpatine.
I hear.
We will contact him when there is something to report. That's Cato Nemoidia for anyone. That's what they're from.
Memory flashes used
The
to
map has
trade.
been updated.
Yeah,
They will fade.
exactly. We're learning all about the Star Wars universe here. All the important places.
If they don't,
Uh-oh. Starkiller and Vader are already in the
Yeah,
tiff.
we're already
Let's
getting at it.
Starkiller's emotions made him weak.
So yeah, I think they discussed this pretty much immediately in this game, but it was also like in the promotion I think they were telling you this was a clone of Starkiller. I think you're supposed to maybe kind of know that at this point.
So, yeah, I don't know
Pilot
these
skill
characters.
8.
I'm assuming these characters were like relevant in the first game.
Yeah, well, those random people were just soldiers, but then this
Yeah,
is
this is the girl I'm
yeah,
Still loyal to Vader.
that's his girlfriend
After
to
you branded me a traitor
Juno
and tried
Clips,
to
who is
kill you.
also a pilot skill 8 TIE advanced.
Oh, Pilot Skill 8.
Yeah, TIE advanced
She's
pilot.
Vader's
Yep.
legend.
We've never used her, but she came with the enormously expensive Raider, you know, the giant Star Destroyer has today.
So, the animation seems just a little bit choppy.
Yeah, it's not
Don't make me leave. by the way.
smooth looking exactly, but it could look worse.
Like-
The lighting and stuff is good.
It's just the fact that there's no, like, it's really you just walk and walk, which would be kind of cool in some scenarios, but not all of them.
Yeah, so this is definitely in the vein of like
Still loyal to Vader.
what kind of games is this
After you
like?
branded me a traitor
It
and tried to
reminds me
kill
of sort
you.
of
Like God of War.
like a God of. I mean, the orbs are very reminiscent of God of War. And
Yeah.
enemies on screen, like a Ninja Gaiden God of War type.
Yeah, some kind of like Bayonetta, something in that realm. Obviously not that as crazy as Bayonetta, but
Like something from Platinum games, sort of.
yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of the style of game. It's that kind of hack and slash. Come on, I already used Force Lightning. Alright, it's locked in challenge. Yeah, we got the orbs. The orbs give you health. They don't, I've noticed when I'm being hit, I have to kill the enemies.
Juno?
Uh-oh, wait, this is important. This is important.
Whoops.
Striker.
He forgets that 10 seconds ago that was a robot.
Yeah, didn't we strike the
My
guy a
bidding.
couple times?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Doesn't. Oh, he turned off his save. Vader remembered it was a robot.
Then it is as I feared.
Yep, the cloning process has destroyed his short-term memory.
to me?
The accelerated cloning process
here we go.
is still imperfect. Those who came before you went mad within months. I believed you would be the first
We've
success,
had a few clones.
but it's
Yeah, we've tried this. They told us we could not clone Jedi. In fact, that was
what are you doing?
kind of a big thing in the movies. Oh, there we go, some flashbacks to the last
That's
game.
what.
That's how he died in the previous game. Well,
Oh,
that makes sense. That tracks with everything we know about Vader. He's easily surprised by
so
his apprentices.
He's a
Yeah, so
firebender.
this
He's
is what I
lightning.
mean. That is just such disrespect for such an iconic villain. Vader has like 30 plus years of history at this point.
Yep.
40 exactly.
All right,
I'm just gonna.
there's this nice scene we've got. We were ready for this. So now we're suddenly falling down this endless building, and we gotta push things out of our way.
Yeah, I know.
There we go. bump something,
Yeah.
you do this kind of awkward animation where you
Yeah.
fly forwards and it looks bad.
I don't mind the idea of like a high intensity type of scene involving some force powers here, but it's so different from what the game was teaching us before.
Here we go, these are
Already
Academy.
thrust in the hell, and we're just making them explode with
Yep.
force push.
Yep, blowing up some Black Squadron pilots, Obsidian Squadron.
Following the style.
Falling. It's too infinity.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out, like, I want you to imagine Obi-Wan landing in the position that Starkiller just did, with like the crater around him in one of the movies. And if it makes sense, then this game did well. And if not, then maybe they overdid the character power just a little. Starkiller's a little OP.
See, this is the thing, like that. When you're blocking and moving forward, you're always walking. It seems like the only way to speed up is this little dash thing.
Yep, the jumping is definitely like, I don't know how it looks, but it feels like your character's weightless or nearly weightless, like you're very light, but you move down very quickly. Suddenly you kind of gain weight in the air. You just don't have any momentum. You just kind of, I don't know how to describe it, like you're floating upwards and all of a sudden you drop like a rock. And it just doesn't, it's not how people drop and fall. So, definitely, I mean, you know, kind of fun though, hacking up some stormtroopers. It's fun to be significantly more powerful than everything.
Yeah.
There's some enjoyment there. Yeah. He's got 2 lightsabers now because it's the second game.
We also learned that we can like grapple the enemies.
Yeah. There we go. With the Force. Alright, so yeah, something you mentioned, I was going to mention this about the health earlier. Green things don't give you health until they reach you, though. So as they're floating towards you, you can be killed, which is a really interesting mechanic. I actually kind of like that. There's a delay to getting health.
Yeah, but that's the same as that's the exact same idea as President God of War. You won't get them until the green orbs actually. I think Ninja Gaiden has the same color-coded health system too.
Maybe not original, but certainly well done. I still like it.
Right. I mean, it's a tried and true mechanic.
So I can't remember if it said Camino earlier, but clearly we were on Camino. It's raining and there's circular buildings. It's pretty much all we need. Oh, a saber crystal. Wait a minute. This is important. We gotta change our sabers up.
Yeah, so
we got a chaos crystal. We're all familiar with that. Chaos emeralds. We're
losing the dark side that's inside us by Jesus.
Yeah. Hold on a prayer.
You live.
Is it chaos? Oh, Mr.
That's
Cole,
true.
That's true. There's something bad that's chaos.
There we go.
That's true. I don't know. I'd have to. It's been a while.
So they're getting us into some different enemy types, and thank goodness too, because I love the stormtroopers. I'm not gonna lie, but we need variety in this game.
Well, that was good.
He's gone. Here we go. But yeah, these guys are immune to your lightsaber attacks, but not to force powers. There's definitely fun to be had in this game. Like I don't want to dog on it too much. It's enjoyable.
That idea there was we just lifted someone up with the force and hurled them. That's cool.
Yep. Here we go. We can do the same thing with TIE fighters if you didn't. Jedi have been doing this for a month. Wait a minute. Those 2 stormtroopers just commit suicide there. Yeah. 2 of them died. Like there was one right over here, and one of them.
Didn't that happen?
He couldn't even stand being in this game.
Oh my!
So I just crumpled a TIE fighter.
It's too big. Remember Luke? With the X-wing. That doesn't apply here.
Well, Yoda did say size matters not, and then he struggled a lot with the X-wing. So there's a precedent for ship grabbing, but I don't think it was quite done with one hand nonchalantly and taking up like a smidgen of your force meter.
Acted like like there was some sort of singularity.
All right, that looked awkward, but that's fine.
Those were Academy pilots.
Yeah, exactly. Get the skilled guys out here. Hal Runner's not dead yet. But if Hal Runner did die, I'm sure it would be like by surprise force lightning that they weren't expecting at all. Stuns them. Here we go.
Cool.
Oh, now it's stopping me. It's stopping me every time I get these messages, and then I almost got like killed there by a bunch of stuff. Because it had to tell me to remind me to use force push, which it taught me how to do just a little bit ago. Dang it! That's really aggravating, actually.
And interestingly,
These lasers do a ton of damage.
yeah, the lasers do a lot. That's what we learned last time.
Yeah.
There's really easy enemies to kill, but they do a lot. That definitely makes some sense. But
Oh wow.
oh, and this is just a bit inexcusable for me. Is that this stretch looks just like the stretch we were previously
Exactly
on.
like the previous. Yeah, exactly.
That's not.
This. Oh
That's
wait.
not good level design.
This is an asset we have used before.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, this. Whoa, what happened there? Why'd he go that direction?
I don't know.
I threw him up, and then he went this way.
I don't know if I have no idea.
That is
maybe it's this.
fascinating. I was not trying to do that, and I've never seen it happen with either of these games. I did play through the whole first game. It was not one of the games I loved. I remember watching it in development, like early development. I knew about The Force Unleashed years before it was released. I was reading, Game Informer and stuff. I cared about that game. And they did some really cool things with like this digital molecular matter was this kind of engine they were using to simulate the destruction that you could slice metal and it would like melt because the lightsaber, or you could pick up an object like a metal ball and throw it through glass and it would crack like glass, but if you threw it at wood it would splinter like wood would do. It was so cool. And then The Force Unleashed came out, and it didn't measure up in my mind to what I had heard it was going to be, but I didn't hate it. I played so many good LucasArts Star Wars games, it didn't wow me. So this game, I knew not to be too excited, and then I saw when they were doing they did some hardcore sequelitis, and they decided one lightsabers, how about two? And I knew to not be too worried about how good the game was going to be.
Oh, did you not have two?
No. Starkiller used one lightsaber,
Okay.
like a normal person.
For some reason, I thought did he hold the lightsaber in that weird way?
He did hold it backwards. He did hold it backwards. It's backward.
Gotta give him his own style, I guess.
Yeah, there have been a couple like in the comics. There's been some Jedi who did that. He's not the only one, but it's definitely like you had to be okay with some deep lore stuff. I'm pretty sure whoever that. Maybe the Jedi who was a Tusken Raider, he might have done that. There was a guy who was a Tusken Raider in the Clone Wars comics, the Dark Horse Clone Wars comics. I'm outing myself as a massive nerd.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we're pretty big Star Wars fans, but Evan definitely been more so. We've been with the series for a really long time.
There we go. I just want to point out that I'm forced to stop and to get the fan to stop, but I can't defend myself while the fan is happening, and there's no way to get these enemies until...
It would have been perfectly fine to just have the tutorial where you're stopping the fan without the enemy shooting.
Yep.
But
I just lost a bunch of health mandatorily.
That's like I don't know of a way to avoid that. I can't think of a way to avoid it taking that in like a non-glitchy type of way.
Oh goodness, my health. What happened just now?
Yeah, so yeah, there'll definitely be some deaths going on. I mean, we're playing on hard after all, but
I'm disappointed in us already. We failed you, YouTube.
Yeah, this was a no-death run. I should have been playing.
Oh, Matt died here when we played the first time.
Oh, not right here. Maybe.
I think it was actually exactly right
I was thinking maybe
here. And then you asked me if I died while playing it originally, and I said, yeah, but not right here. Almost positive that's how that
No, I remember that conversation. I think it might have been exactly right here.
Here we go. Fall down the hole. Next part of the level. Alright, we got some nice nondescript corridor. That's fun. Level designers had a field day here. I'm sure there was a level designer. They were talking to their boss, and they were like, "What do you think we can get away with? What's the budget look like?" And he said, "Go ham, go ham. Do whatever your wildest dreams, make them come true in game form." And then they made this hallway.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
At least there's like, look at this. There's a experience point holocron.
Now I can give myself more powers?
Yes, I did not know there. I mean, I did know when I played last time, but yeah, that's the first time I realized there was experience points.
So yeah, here, that did not break convincingly. But let's just, I want you to see, like, in the old game, this was the cool part about the old game, the digital molecular matter. This did make it into the game. Glass shattered in like a, let's see if I can find an object. I gotta actually do this. This is kind of cool. It's a good demonstration of how I feel like this game just kind of failed even its predecessor a little bit. So, what you could do in the old game was, I'm gonna set that right there. You could take an object like this and you could slowly push it into the glass, and it would break the glass exactly where this hit it, and it wouldn't replace the whole thing with a shattered pane, which is what it's doing right now. When I touch this to the glass, it's going to replace that entire sheet of glass with a pre-shattered pane of glass that the game is rendered, and then will show it breaking.
Right. So no matter how you strike that glass, that's how.
Why did that top corner break,
I know.
for example? Like that doesn't make any sense.
No.
But in the previous game, that was the whole point. It broke on the point of impact and shattered outwards from that. And you could even break off pieces of things that way. It was really revolutionary stuff.
More detail is good. I don't know why, especially if you've done it already, why take steps backwards.
There have really also only been about 5 objects that have been glass that we've been able to break in that way. Like, it's not...
You can leave now.
So yeah, again, I don't mind it. I don't mind a tutorial kind of like that. It's just you and the enemy in the game showing you that you can do that. That's fine, but that angle looked a little bit like disgusting. And
that animation looked really dumb. Yeah, I'm fine with the in-game tutorial. That's all good, as long as it doesn't stop you to bring up a dialogue box that says, "Remember to use force push," and then you get shot. Yeah, that's frustrating. But the rest of this is fine. These red walls, I think, disintegrate people, so I'm gonna toss some people into this because it's convenient. These guys. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, really, like this. There's nothing really. I mean, it's kind of fun to just like whack enemies and fight different enemy types. That's not bad. I mean, I've seen like. I've seen more.
That was some Anakin hates Christians little acting right there. By the way, did we hear an accent?
I did not. That was yep. You didn't have to wait an hour.
I was gonna say it did take an hour. Yeah, pretty fast.
Also, I want to point out when they touch this thing, it doesn't disintegrate them from the point of it. Like they can bounce off of that wall and then become disintegrated later. I don't know if you how to describe this. Maybe I'll describe this when I show you.
Yeah, let's
if I
see.
bump him into it, then he turns into a disintegrated body that slowly disintegrates. He doesn't actually like part of him get disintegrated as he touches the wall. If that makes sense. I'm not ragging on the physics for that. Actually, what I was going to point out was the way they disintegrate reminds me very much of the, what was it called? There was a sniper rifle in Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, what was it, Jedi Outcast? Anyway, you wouldn't necessarily know this, but I do. There's a sniper rifle that had much the same effect on your enemies. It was supposed to be this like disintegrator pistol thing that it had a scope on it. And it looks very much like that. The only reason I bring that up is because that game was the previous console generation. From the original Star Wars The Force Unleashed. This game is on the same console generation as its predecessor. Jedi Outcast was on the original Xbox and had much the same graphics. in that way. About that particular fact. So I accidentally highlighted that war droid and grabbed its shield, and because of that, I got shot up by people because it's actually
its little cryo grenade with that.
Oh no! I'm just gonna fire this grenade. I'll grab it and I'll throw it. Oh, I missed. That was useful.
But that's kind of fun.
Yeah, you can actually miss.
That's the other thing. Like, I feel like introducing this enemy, it should give you this one-on-one go at this robot, not necessarily present your little cluster of enemies, so that you're not doing something like grabbing that shield on accident and getting shot up. I mean, maybe later when you understand the mechanics, that you can throw like this type of enemy with the horde.
I got stuck on that object. That's a bad feeling. That's all right.
It wasn't detrimental in any way. I mean, you can still fight,
No.
but it's
I used the dash, but I got stuck on its legs. You get stuck on things as you move in this game. Like if part of you is touching it, you can't move forward. It's a really awkward mechanic that's present in a lot of older games. This game should it should be past that. I think the mechanics should be past that in whatever 2000 whatever this game was released. Like it's hard to describe, but you can kind of see it. If I'm like partially touching it, it doesn't let me go past it. It sticks me on it really badly.
what? Like I think you just gave that robot a Kamehameha blast.
Yeah,
That's what I'm pretty sure you did.
There we go. I'm pretty sure Star Killer would be Super Saiyan 11.
Yeah.
By comparison to all the other Jedi, anyway.
Super Saiyan God? Super Saiyan.
Whoa, that was kind of fun. I lifted him into a passing TIE
That
fighter.
was cool.
Academy pilot struck this guy out of the air.
That's something I do like. You can like that last enemy thing, like when because you're so much powerful than an individual enemy.
You are so much powerful.
So like, so much. all your base are always testing. Caught it.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Good at
Not
it.
enough talk.
So what I do love about this game is what I just did. I just force pushed a million times and just like lifted a bunch of people off into the distance. It's cool. I'm not against that. I totally love the idea of like being a god among men and being this cool Jedi figure. And the last game, the previous game started you out the first level, the tutorial level, was a lot shorter than this, and you were Darth Vader.
Yep.
And like
That's
how you start a game.
Right.
And he's got all the force powers maxed out, so you're just a legend. And it's so exciting.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was one of the few parts I did play the Force Unleashed, and then I thought it was really cool. And then we got to Star Killer. It was a little bit less interesting. I just couldn't get into it from there. But I didn't own the game, so I mean that was part of why I played it.
Yeah, I think I actually just rented the original game, maybe. But I did beat it, so now I'm thinking, did I just really plow through it that fast? Actually, yes, I remember very well now, I did.
I mean, this type of game, I'm assuming it's probably like what a typical 10 to 12 hour type adventure.
Yeah. Oh, that was kind of cool too. So I zapped the one guy's jetpack. It was like freaking out, and he was flying all over the place. And then he exploded next to his other friend and killed the other friend. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That random emergent gameplay stuff that can happen. It's a really linear experience of a game, so like the emergent gameplay stuff is really nice when it happens. But it does actually happen.
I do question. I mean, this is nitpicking, so this isn't really a big complaint. But that type of enemy was so easy to kill. Like it was the jet. You just force lightning, and then it's dead.
Nope, not trying to do that. Shoot, getting shot. Dang it.
I was not really sure what type of diversity that offers in like a horde battle when you're like trying to mix. Like you know how in like the Arkham games when you have all those different enemy types and you have to like pay attention to which one's attacking you and what's attacks you have to do back.
I will say this about it. What it does do... I'm getting stuck on everything and I'm grabbing the wrong stuff. Alright, so the highlighting in this game, I just want to talk about that real fast. The highlighting when you're trying to decide what to use Force Grip on is actually the specific ability that allows you to... There we go. It allows you to grab things out of the air and pick people up and throw them, as opposed to just pushing them, is grip. And selecting what you want to grip is often very difficult in a way that I feel is unintentional. But what I was going to say is about that enemy that you were talking about, offering variety. Later on, even in just the second level, there are a few moments where there are so many enemies of different types, and your force meter is kind of low because you have to fend off all these other guys, and then all of a sudden, you get a bunch of those guys and you don't have enough force for force lightning, and then they're a big pain. But in a good way, in a challenging way.
Yeah, I mean that's good.
Here we go. Alright.
Yep.
Oh, a holocron. My maximum force energy. That's nice. I break these? Yeah, see, previous game, I'd be able to break these windows. I just want to throw that out there. That's it. Oh, there's a scripted sequence. Maybe that's why.
That's actually
break.
exactly
Uh-oh. Pass these guys.
But I remember this just looks so ugly.
Terrible.
So ugly.
Anything in the foreground gets like turned invisible because it's coming close to you and they don't want to get in the way of your character.
Yeah. Why is there anything we can do to move faster than that one dash?
Yeah. The dash is awkward because you can't change direction. There's no sprints. There's just this static warping dash. Rendar. Pilot skill 7. Where's
Does he have his title?
Yeah, the Outrider. Actually, is he a pilot skill 8? Did I say that wrong?
That's actually a good question. I didn't really use that.
No, 7. 7. I had it right.
thought he was.
It's important that we know this as members of the X-Men community. Alright, that looks kind of grody. But that's okay. I can only harp on graphics so much. Honestly, like, a great game with bad graphics is a great game.
Yeah.
But this is not a great game with bad graphics. So that's the struggle
That's
here.
why,
What's
that's why
happening?
the graphics stand out, is just because
The gameplay is similar to the graphics.
yeah.
Alright, here we go. That famous power we've all heard about, Force Fury.
Oh, it actually turns off your controller.
Yeah, it actually
takes
makes
up so much power.
Alright, here we go. Force Fury. That's what we're getting into. Now, oh my goodness, what's happening?
We could be experiencing a battery crisis.
I just changed them actually before this. I think what's happening is this controller's just old. I mean, I don't have other options exactly.
Yeah.
Or do I?
That's what we're about to find out.
And during this brief intermission, we'll talk Pokemon, because I am also gaming.
We
It's
can't
true,
talk
she's-
about good games.
Yeah.
We're playing this.
That's true. Oh, here we go. Now my force powers are completely unlimited in a disgusting way. I just whooped up 2 ATSTs like it was nothing. I'm also in just to like add insult to injury. While you're using this ability, your force meter is unlimited. You have all more powerful than your highest tier force actions, and you're invincible. And they're shooting me while like these other guys are getting dropped into a cutscene. So I could just literally sit here and kill all of them doing this. I'm going to make... No, I'm not going to. That's kind of exciting looking. And then when you attack with your lightsabers, you like throw them, which is kind of cool beans, I guess.
Right. So all your attacks are different in that.
Not that cool.
Yeah.
It's not
It's like,
that
I mean, it was like something that definitely should be the case. Yeah. The only animation.
Here we go. Vader is 30 feet away. That's too much. Star Killer has had too much lead on him. By the way, where was Vader during that whole thing? I'm just kind of curious about that. He just took the elevator down and...
He walked that whole time.
Yeah.
He took the...
He could not be
super
bothered.
shortcut. I don't know, but you would have think I'm just full of it today. But you would have thought
Full of it every day, man.
That Vader would have at least tried something with the Force. I mean, it's not like he lets his enemies escape intentionally. I know he doesn't sprint in the classic trilogy.
Now, in the first game, General Coda. Spoilers! And we're about to see General Coda.
This guy is cool.
He was actually kind of cool in the first game. He was like this Jedi that was blinded in the first game, and then ends up being your master through the game, teaching you the ways of the Jedi. And he's pretty BA. And
Running out of executioners, Baron.
But was voice acted
Voice
poorly.
acting is not the best.
Try the Carillion Slice House. My lord.
Oh, here we are, our Nemoidian friends.
Yeah.
Oh, he only gets that one line. Come on, I want to hear that glorious.
He kind of
accent.
looks like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Assemble a squad.
This guy does, yeah.
I'll meet him there.
All right, that's
He looks
definitely
like
an accent. Yeah, he does. He does.
Oh, I swear.
Oh my gosh, it's Kingdom Hearts.
This is how Star Wars now ties into the Disney, Kingdom Hearts universe.
Oh my gosh.
Via that character, the Baron.
Actually,
Interesting.
Probably, I
I'm
would've
fairly
expected
certain that that's the case.
No, I'm gonna anger some people in the comments, the 5 comments we have, and I'll say I'm okay with that. I'll enjoy playing the Star Wars Kingdom Hearts level and the Keyblade as a lightsaber and all that stuff. That'll be kind of cool.
Maybe we'll see a Sephiroth Darth Vader fight.
Yeah, there we go. But again, we can't talk about good games.
Yeah.
Have you said? Wait, did you say you're excited to see the Keyblade as a lightsaber?
Yeah.
That would be sick.
That would be sweet.
awesome.
Why? Exactly. It has to.
Well,
be
and
a
it
thing.
already has light. Like it opens doors with light, so that is kind of ironically funny.
Lord Vader.
All right.
Jedi.
Maybe Lord Vader was the original thing.
Oh, he's alive.
There you go. Or Sephiroth. Who knows?
So we're gonna, so we're definitely accent tracking here.
Yep. This guy's an accent now. He's like Russian, maybe.
Yeah, it's definitely a question.
Security codes for this sector. The security codes.
Look at those shots from the villain characters.
Star Killer's master plan was to pretend to know the security codes and then dramatically get out his lightsaber and then let the guy get away.
I respect the
Oh, this is
strategy.
you, PS,
Oh
sorry.
yeah, this is my
Matt's
turn.
playing now.
Oh boy.
Good luck.
I should have been paying some attention.
I was giving the controller to just X is slice and B's. We're playing on the Xbox, I guess. X is slice, B is push, Y is lightning, L is block, LB is dash. There we go.
That was kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, this little Kamehameha there. Oh yeah, here we go. We got this exciting new enemy type.
We're gonna parry. Anybody familiar with the Dark Souls series? We're gonna try and parry this attack. Just
Good
kidding.
job.
Just kidding.
There we go. Yeah, just like in Dark Souls, you die.
Just like, yeah.
Here we go.
So again, I don't
Here,
mind.
one more missile.
Oh,
It blew up right as it fired a last
yeah,
missile.
yeah. I was like, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I heard you say that, and I was like ignoring you.
These enemies are kind of cool in concept, especially like, and they look sweet. I have nothing against that. I don't know why they have force powers and who they are having force powers, but cool. The only problem is you can defeat them pretty much the same way you defeat stormtroopers, which is by slicing them with lightsabers.
Or you can grapple them.
Oh yeah, look at that. They take a couple grapples though, unless you fling them off the edge with your grapple. So he's gonna get back up. No? Oh.
Yeah, this is what. Remember when I was playing this last time? I was killing them in one grapple.
I had
And
no
then
idea.
later it was like, later one survived. I was like, what?
Well, here we go. Clearly, Matt saw something I didn't. Then that's interesting.
Oh, wouldn't be the first time.
Oh,
Force pushed open.
no, other door.
Wait for the game to load.
Yeah.
That's the other ability we have.
Here we go. You can even force grip those missiles. What?
That's why didn't we learn that the first time? That seems much nicer.
Well, unless you're.
Unless
no,
I
yeah.
don't throw them.
Yeah, you don't throw them automatically. You have to be pushing forwards on the left stick. Yeah, it's hard to sometimes to negotiate which thing you're gonna force grip. That's where it really gets messy.
Turn this under.
Oh, you got
That must be like a no. I mean, you've done that. That must be like a certain number.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a certain number. This is all on my profile, so it's all. I will give them credit where credit's due. The idea of this like hanging city stuff, like you see in the background there,
Oh,
that's
I love that.
very Star Wars, very cool.
Yeah. No,
They've
that
never
was,
done that before in Star Wars, but it looks sweet.
that was absolutely something that I really appreciate about it.
Yeah.
Just aesthetically, it's good.
The color palette on this planet too is like it's cool looking. It's nice warm tones and kind of like lots of like bronzes and golds, very opulent. It makes sense for the Nemoidians. It's just level design wise is boring so
Yeah,
far,
it's
but
very-
like
I mean, really, we've really only fought enemies on like in a straight line.
Yep.
This straight.
oh yeah, I
I
mean
mean, it's like the level itself is so the environments are so irrelevant.
yeah, the game is just incredibly linear. It's really a series of hallways with different skins, if we're being honest. But aesthetics make a huge difference in a game that linear. So I'm glad that at least some of the aesthetics here are kind of cool. What will be interesting to see is how we will feel about that as we continue the level. Will we continue to think the aesthetics are cool, or will they get real boring? That's the question at hand. Oh, still a guy.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough
Oh.
Lightsaber.
for the
Yeah.
aesthetics to hold out the
Yep.
game. Like, that's a struggle.
Yeah, I mean, what is this? We're a clone and we have feelings. We remember, we have memories of the original stuff.
He is a real boy.
Yeah.
You can't jump yet. There's this like hold RT thing that keeps flashing up. You gotta grab those suckers. Here we go. Lift it up, just like it.
These two, I'm assuming.
Yeah. They're tiered, so you jump
Yep.
from one to the other.
Thank you.
Jump is the A button.
Yes, for all those
Stormtroopers are bad.
Nintendo fans out there, Super Nintendo World pictures,
Oh, no.
at least the concept pictures, have just been released, and it looks pretty great. I'm not gonna lie,
Interesting.
it's pretty fun.
See,
It's gonna be in Japan because Japan gets
Everything
all
first,
the
yeah.
good things. They've got Miyazaki, they've got the best Disneyland,
and we have the Force Unleashed too.
and we have this.
I mean, this is by no means even close to the worst game I've ever played.
No.
Oh no,
Not
no,
even
no.
close. This is very playable.
It's very mediocre is
Yeah.
really what it is. Its
Right.
sin is that it's boring.
Right.
That's the thing that like there's a good game hidden within this game. Oh, here we go. We're remembering how to lightsaber throw. That's the thing about this game that's hard. It's actually not a terrible game. And that's it's just not inspired, and they could have done so much more, and I feel like they just not rushed it even. That's not an accurate.
Just joking.
Oh, there we go. He just
Yeah.
falls unconscious and let's go.
Oh, that's an actual death. That's not like
Yep.
that's not like a respawn or something at the top.
No, that doesn't happen in this one. I don't think there's any respawning. I think it just always does that. But it should put you pretty darn close to where you were.
So don't jump off ledges. You'll have to get through a medium road.
Yeah, it's the problem with this game is like the level design is really boring. There's nothing to do regarding the level. Like you can't use the level strategically. Occasionally there's an exploding barrel to throw, but that's it. There's nothing to really hide behind. There's no jumping to a vantage point to use it to your advantage. There's no obstacles that are helpful or hurtful to your enemies. It's all just sort of platforms that are very open and corridors that are very long. With different color schemes, and then Matt forgets to hit A in a second time.
I did not forget. It didn't register. I don't forget anything.
Except for how to jump that first time. and what buttons.
No, the
you
first
gotta
time I
use.
just walked off like a fool.
And
but
how to
this-
use that word that you forgot earlier that I already forgot. The phrase.
Yeah.
I forgot what you
So,
said.
I don't know either, so that was pointless to bring
It
up.
was bad to bring up. That's the kind of polish you wouldn't see on a normal SummoNerds video.
So, is it to do
Lack
this
of polish.
again?
Yeah, no.
I did not hit a checkpoint because I apparently can't jump correctly.
Yep. Here we go. Now he's gonna remember again. Star Killer's as forgetful as we are.
Yeah. So I don't think there's a way to skip that. I tried.
Here we go.
I feel like, a lot of games like even if they make you repeat these parts, they remember like those little.
Alright, you did not lock on.
Yeah, I thank you.
There we go. You gotta see the dumb buttons pop
Yeah.
up. Then the people all die instantly.
They die like while they're in midair.
Yep.
As that's going on. Alright, so here's the second jump. Vroom. Okay,
There we
hopefully
go.
See how they're improving.